gonna let you go, so. Okay. Love you too. Bye.
This is so much fun. Look at
You're silly. You guys are silly.
Daddy's one.
Get out of there.
No one
Hunter.
higher. That was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Want to do more?
There's 2 more.
2 more?
2 more. Actually, 4 more.
4?
Yeah, 4.
Alright. I'm going to keep adding weight though. I'm going to keep doing more.
There's 4. Actually, 5. Actually, 5 more. That's 5 more. Whoa, that's too high. No, that's too high. That's too high. Oh, that's too high.
It was the same.
That was too high.
I didn't lift it any higher than I did before. Hold on to the sides. Like I told you. You done? Alright.
I want to go play out there now.
Yeah, put your other shoes on.
I will. I got socks on, so don't worry about that. Whoa, I almost fell off my bouncy ball. Boing, 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 boing. I see you up on the camera. Who is that?
Next door neighbors.
I think his mom or something.
It's the next door neighbors. Just told you that.
There?
They just got home.
Why did I just got home? I'm gonna bounce backwards. Bounce. I think I can bounce backwards. Bounce, bounce. No, I haven't. Well, that's pretty high. Why are you doing it? Daddy, why did you got this?
I can't look right now. I'm strapping up.
But don't let everything I did on there, and then I decided not to do it. Then especially I did do it. No on the way. That's pretty loud.
Alright. Some lighting there. 8:30 now. Came out here about 7:30. Me and the kid went for a bike ride up and down the road after dinner. Got the frame set up. She wanted to. I threw out the idea of her getting into it, and she went for it. Went for a couple rides, and she didn't like how high I was going on the second set for some reason, but worked up to 400 pounds of plates on the post with the tire. Nothing inside the tire other than a sheet of plywood that I had this chair sitting on for 2. Felt pretty heavy. What the weight is, I could not have no clue what I could tell you what it even close to is. I'd say maybe over 500, maybe. I don't know. Having a clue. Been real sick the last week. Been on antibiotics that finish tomorrow. Was in bed. So today's Thursday. It was in bed all day Tuesday. Didn't get out of bed until the afternoon. Still didn't feel good. Wednesday. Today's Thursday. Still not feeling the greatest today. Woke up with a little bit of an earache this morning. I think it was just sinuses draining into my ear from the way I was sleeping. So all I did was the deadlifts today. Just trying to get back into the thing, groove of lifting out here again. So that's why the lifting was pretty short. I'm gonna go sit down over here. Maybe that'll help me concentrate and stop saying So, and of course the fridge kicks on. It's not kind of an idea I threw out when Christian was here. It's been a couple weeks now. Is of doing maybe once a week, once every other week, once a month, something like that. Kind of like a podcast where I have somebody come or I go meet with somebody and we film either a live video on YouTube or just record a hour-long video. It doesn't have to be about strength. It doesn't have to be about weightlifting, strongman, anything like that. Just sit down and talk about anything. Kind of like a podcast, not really. Maybe just kind of get to know some of the people that are around, not really around my life, but some of the people that I live with. Maybe me and Christian just sit down and talk about, for an hour or so, about, say, upcoming competition, after a competition, how the competition went. I know he's done that with Glenn a couple times. I've done it by myself a couple times. I know it can get a little bit more entertaining and interesting for you guys to watch if we have commentary back and forth between the two of us. If we do a live stream, then we could do some kind of Q&As, talk interaction with you guys, and then I can go around and talk with some of the people that I live with. We can do tours of their garage gyms. I got a few friends that have, Mike has his own home garage. Jason has a home garage. I got another friend that has a storage unit with garage equipment in it. And then maybe, I got a buddy that owns a gym. We go meet with him, talk with him. I got some people that have been in the fitness industry for a while that I could go talk with them. Talk with my family and relatives to see what they think about the kind of stuff that I do. With Christian, we can sit down and talk about the World's Strongest Man that's coming up here in 2 weeks or something like that. I know it's coming up really soon there in the Philippines, and they just announced the other day the heats and who's in the heats, so we could talk about that. Or I can, anybody that, wants to talk about that here pretty soon, I would want to do that one very soon, before the social media gets their hands on everything that's coming out. Let's see, what else is there? Might do I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm looking at possibly doing a competition in July. I got to talk to the wife, see if she can get the day off. I have to work that day, but I can get it off. I was just talking with my buddy Mike. He's looking at doing it, and then the guy he works with, who is the personal trainer with, he's looking at really doing it. And it's not that bad of a competition that I could probably train on it pretty easily. Other than pulling a semi truck, I don't have anything to train that. Other than like hooking my truck up to my camper and pulling that somehow. But it's a 230 pound log, which in my last video I did a 230 pound log for 3 reps, which is not terrible. There was no sleeves with that, just wraps and belt. So no elbow sleeves, no knee sleeves, nothing like that, and it was pretty much a strict press, which is how I like to overhead press anyways. A 250 pound per hand farmers, a 280 pound stone over bar, a 640 pound yoke, a semi truck pull. That might be it. That might be 5 things. I didn't count in my head. So that doesn't seem like too bad of a competition. The only thing is it's 243 pounds plus. I'm definitely over that a little bit. I guess this is kind of an update video since I've been off here for a couple weeks. Keto is back on track. I am down, let's see. So I went back to work 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago now. And in the time from, let's say a week ago, from the time I went back to work 3 weeks ago, I actually put on like 6 or 8 pounds. Let's say 8. I am now, as of yesterday, I'm at an all-time low weigh-in of 34 pounds lost. So that's pretty good. It probably doesn't help that I've been sick for the last week and didn't eat too well. So my kind of thought is and I've been eating pretty decent the last couple of days, is maybe do more intermittent fasting. Not exactly what I like because I love breakfast, but maybe not eating until noon, and then well, with my schedule it's pretty messed up anyways, but not eat for the first couple hours until things happen to digest in the stomach there, or however intermittent fasting works. So I've never researched it, and it seemed to work the last couple of days, because when I woke up sick in the mornings, I just didn't feel like putting anything into my stomach, even though breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. I love bacon in the morning. Yeah, nothing real too else exciting going out here in the garage. No new equipment coming in. Do have to make some stones here coming up pretty soon. I gotta figure out what size tomorrow. More progress will be happening on the basement tomorrow. I got a friend coming over to help me with that. Yeah, I don't think I really have anything else to tell you guys. I know this is a pretty long talk. Let me know what you guys think of the podcast, video, live stream, pre-recorded. What you guys think, if you guys would actually watch me talk. Definitely with somebody else. And not just by myself for a long period of time. Or maybe if you guys actually want me to get on at a scheduled time and do a Q&A, I will do that. Probably not for an hour though. Yeah, I think that's all the thoughts that are going through my brain. Oh, and what kind of schedule you would like to see it on? Once a week, once every other week, once a month, once every other year, twice a decade, on the anniversary of the 100th centennial. Well, you let me know whether you want me to do it here. I think that basement background is a pretty nice background. Maybe once I get the walls done out here, I'll have one wall kind of set up as a background just for doing that. Tables and chairs set up, just kind of doing interview type of style. And if you have any topics you want us to talk about, I think that's something that's kind of been running through my brain a lot, is doing that type of things. I've been listening to a lot of not a lot of podcasts, but mainly just Mark Bell's Power Project podcast. So, anyways, I've talked enough. Thank you guys, as always, for watching, and live big, eat big, get big.